Good morning, YouTube. I'm the City Prepper. Today is October 24th, 2018. Today's self-reliance topic is going to be the Vigilant Trails Survival Sewing Kit. In front of you, you have a tarp. You have a tarp with 3 distinct tears in it that obviously I just made. And we're going to show you different ideas on how to patch the tarp. So let me set the camera up and I'll start talking about that. Actually using a tree right now as we speak to set the camera up. Alright, so the first tear we have over here, zoom out a little bit. I apologize for the shoddy camera work this morning. Again, I don't have my camera woman, she's working. Alright, so the first tear is this one right here. Inside of your survival kit, you're gonna have zip ties. Zip ties are gonna be useful in this situation for 2 different reasons. One, in a worst case scenario, you use all of your thread, anything that you're gonna use for sewing, your cordage, you can use these to seal up the hole. I prefabbed 2 different little holes adjacent to the actual giant tear you have, and you're simply gonna run your zip tie through it and cinch it down as much as you can. So on the hole, you're gonna be closing the bigger tear you have in your canvas, your thread, whatever have you. You're gonna have little holes on the side, but what's the lesser of 2 evils? Having the little holes opposed to this giant hole. Another reason why zip ties are useful, if you have a coin, which I do not, you have a piece of wood, you have a rock, you have something, and you lose one of these biminis on the side, and you need something to grab a hold of with your rope, you take your hard object, you're gonna ball it in here like this. You take your zip tie, you're gonna run your zip tie through, and now you have something to hold on with your rope, your cordage, whatever, to make your shelter, whatever you're using for the tarp. The next distinct hole is gonna be this one right here. Now inside of this kit, which I will demonstrate shortly, besides the zip ties, you're gonna have extra material. Now, if you have all of your products from Vigilant Trails in the first aid kit, you have adhesive strips. This is also adhesive, so this is also very beneficial. So in the survival kit, you can use the adhesive strips that are in there. You can also use this one to simply place on here. You seal that hole. Last but not least, let's see how the camera angles. You have that hole over here. You have a whole assortment of sewing material. Now, for time reasons, I'm not going to sew through it, but you do have an awl or a chuck to push through heavy canvas, which is this right here, and you can absolutely get through that. You can sew up your hole right there. So again, thank you to Vigilant Trails, thank you to Rob, and stay tuned for further. Okay, welcome back. In the previous segment, I just showed you 3 different distinct ways on how to patch up your canvas, your tarp, your shelter, whatever have you. And now we're going to talk about what's inside of the kit. Besides the 2 zip ties that I used to patch up the tarp, plus show you how to make an anchor in the canvas, there's also the reflective patch which we used. You have clothespins, you have buttons, you have a thimble, you have 3 different spools of thread, you have a collapsible scissor, you have an owl, and you have needles. How these are very useful, besides the fact that this could be used to patch up canvas, leather, cotton, tents, tarps, shoes, packs, bags, seats, and sails, these two hooks right here, or needles right here, can be used to give yourself or somebody else stitches. Now again, I'm not telling you the first instinct you should do is open up your sewing kit and sew somebody up if they cut themselves. Obviously, if there's medical attention available, get them help. But if you're in a last resort, this will undoubtedly work. Again, I want to thank Vigilant Trails. I want to thank Rob for sending this kit out to me, and I really recommend it, just for the reasons I rattled off. And like I said, this can be used for canvas, cotton, leather, tents, tarps, shoes, packs, bags, seats, and sails. And part of my prepping knowledge is that you have to look outside the box, like I just did. I showed you how to use a zip tie to make an anchor on your tarp. I just demonstrated and talked about using these to sew up an injury. Think outside the box. If you have another great idea, I'm sure Vigilant Trails would love to see it. Post it on my page at CityPrepper1 on Twitter. So again, thank you very much to Vigilant Trails, and have a great day.